You want to share something? Oh, you're good? All good? Oh, yes, hit recording. Hey there, what's happening? We're back. We're recording now. Super fired up. Joe, now just real quick, just thanks again so much for the kind intro. Maybe I'll start with just my story here, just real quick for those who don't know our story. I'll just share that briefly. But here's what I had in mind for tonight. I'm going to throw you guys a curveball because I've been fortunate to work with some of you. A lot of you are new, which is super awesome. And so I thought I might touch on a Facebook live strategy that I don't typically share publicly. Okay, it's super powerful. I think it's going to connect the dots for all of you who are doing lives or are thinking about doing lives. But then I thought I'd do something cool, Daphne. I really want to do something that's focused for this team specifically on areas that maybe you guys are struggling with. Maybe there's a question or two that you guys have. Daphne, you did mention at the end doing a Q&A, but I'd love to talk this Facebook Live strategy to kind of start the first half of this thing to kind of give you guys some goodies there, and then spend the second half just diving in personally to each and every one of your guys' businesses and see where are you missing the mark? What's not making sense to you? What's not working? What is working? Where can I maybe give you some wisdom and insight around? And I think the coolest part about that is because there's so many of you on here, is like when one person asks a question, I'll give my feedback and thoughts on that. Guess what? Everybody gets to benefit because there's more times than not someone else who's dealing with that same that same thing. So would that be cool? All in favor, say aye, thumbs up, hands across the board. Awesome. Cool. Well, I'll share my just quick story with you guys that are maybe brand new. My wife and I have been involved in the profession 10 plus years. Our first 4 years inside of network marketing, we didn't make a single dollar. I'm going to say that again real quick. First 4 years, we didn't make a single dollar in profits. Why do I share that? Because there's probably a lot of you on here. Maybe you're newer to the profession. Maybe you're, been around a few months, a few years even, and you're still trying to figure this thing out. Can I get an amen in the comments over there in the chat box? I can see the chat box at the same time. All right. Maybe you've been in a few weeks, you've been in a few months, maybe you've been in a few years, and you're still trying to figure this thing out. Right. My hope and prayer is that I can be a light of inspiration for you and let you know, hey, listen. Right? 4 years it took us, right, to kind of figure this thing out before we got any results. And hopefully that's inspiring to you guys and letting you know that, you know what, hey, if we can do it, you can do it. So after our first 4 years, my wife's like, okay, we need a break. I'm going to go this way. So my wife says, I'm going to go sit on the sidelines for a minute. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go this way. And when I said I'm going to go this way, I literally hopped in the car and I drove down to Best Buy and I bought myself a laptop, right? Okay, why? Because about 6-7 years ago, there was all this buzz, right, happening, and everyone was talking about this thing called, what's the name of it? You guys might know. Facebook. You guys, anybody know? Anybody ever heard of Facebook before? So here I was, 4 years struggling, right, trying to convince the same 25 people to buy my products, join my team. And then I got word of this thing called Facebook, and I was like, I can literally meet people from all around the globe and work online from my laptop or phone. That sounds pretty cool. How many of you guys enjoy or want to enjoy working from your phone or laptop? Would that be pretty cool? I mean, home meetings are cool. Don't get me wrong. I love them. I know your guys' leadership is big on social media stuff. I'm right there with them. I'm a big fan. I definitely encourage, getting together with local folks and going to your events and all that stuff. That's huge. But can you imagine? I mean, you can literally generate leads at will online. Just talk to 10, 15, 20, 50 new people per day online. That is amazing to me. So I did that for a couple of years. I bought a few courses, invested in some mentors to really learn some of the ins and outs of social media. We then joined our second company. Long story short, the next 3 years became the number 4 earners in that company, the number 2 overall recruiters. And two important points I want to share, not being braggadocious, but hopefully being relatable, is that in that second company, we were the number 1 in terms of customer acquisition in the entire company. You guys all know that because you guys have incredible products, by the way. We've been using your guys' products for couple years now. Love them, by the way. Okay. But you guys are big on customer acquisition, right? I mean, you guys have phenomenal products. I mean, we should be starting folks with products, right? It just makes sense. So we were the number 1 in terms of customer acquisition, meaning we enrolled the most amount of customers. But second, we had the highest customer retention rate. So we weren't just enrolling the most amount of customers, we were keeping the most amount of customers. Does that make sense? And you guys are all about acquiring customers and keeping customers month after month after month after month, because I think it's called residual income. Is that what that's called? Kagan, Daphne, is that what residual income's all about? Like customers ordering that's pretty cool when customers order every single month. So fast forward the tape. Unfortunately, that company merged with another one after 3 years. We got messages from leaders all over the world saying, can you teach me what you just did? Can you teach my teams? Because we built it 100% on Facebook. So here we are. We decided to start our own coaching training business a little over 3 years ago. As Daphne shared, no longer involved in any company. So just so you guys are all on the same page, haven't been for the last 3+ years. And so this is what I eat, breathe, sleep, like, am passionate and just love to do, is stuff just like we're doing here, give you guys some insight to help you shorten that learning curve on social media. So some of the things we might talk about tonight, you might be like, well, I've kind of heard that before, but there might be 1 or 2 takeaways you take to be like, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense, or I didn't think of it that way, or whatever that may be. And that's why it's so important to continue to show up to trainings like this, okay? So kudos to your guys' leaders for putting this together. Kudos to you guys for being on here live, and hello to all the replay viewers, all right? Show of hands, how many of you guys are using Facebook Lives right now? How many of you are doing them? Just period, doing them. That might be 1 a week. That might be 1 a day. That might be 1 every few months, Coach Fryer, maybe. How many? Lots. I'm going to use this chat box a lot for my live viewers, so comment over there when you guys can. Nightly, awesome. Me, awesome. Very cool. Using lives, yes. How many of you have an actual strategy for live videos? Or are you just kind of just winging it? Love to get your guys' feedback. Do you have an actual plan for your lives? Or you just kind of like, just throw this ish out there and see what happens, just hope for the best. Daphne wings it. Kagan says winging it. Monday motivation, right on. Diana, Wellness Wednesday, that's cool. Okay. Couple bullet point notes, that works. Winging it, says Shauna. Not gonna lie, winging it, says Bethany. I got you, cool. So tonight, the strategy that I'm gonna share with you guys is, I believe we should be doing an assortment of live videos. I'll talk about that maybe on a different training, but I'm a big believer that I'm just gonna use the example. Let's say that you're doing 3 Facebook Lives per week, okay? I feel one of them should be done with the intent to generate more customers. Sound good? Would that be okay if I teach you our strategy, right? Okay, that's helped our clients enroll tens of thousands of customers. Would that be okay if I shared it with you? I mean, Facebook Lives are great around, maybe you're into like do-it-yourself projects at home, and 1 live per week is around that. Maybe 1 live a week is around, being a boy mom. Like, I don't know, like all different types of content you can come up with, right? Interest, hobbies, things that are of value to you. That's great. That's your generic content, okay? That's awesome. But you got to start incorporating, okay? If on average you're doing 3 videos per week, 1 of those 3 is driven with the intent to generate leads. Is done with the intent to generate some business. Anybody like making sales? Say aye, right? Okay, you like making sales. Okay, so I want to give you this simple Facebook Live. I call it a product example, right? You're going to go do a Facebook Live tonight with the intent to generate new customers for your business, right? Okay, without talking about your product name, without telling about everybody all the ingredients, okay? Let's talk about this for just a moment, okay? So I'm going to give you these steps first, okay? You may or may not have heard of this formula before, but the twist that I'm going to put on it towards the second half here, probably going to blow your mind, and you never thought of it like this, okay? So step number 1, okay, is a title, okay? You got to have a title. I still see so many network marketers today, still no title on their videos. Or their title is so ridiculously long that no one clicks on their video because it takes the person who's scrolling the newsfeed 15 minutes to read their title. You guys seen those? It's like a paragraph, okay? You've already lost that person. You've already lost the person who's scrolling the newsfeed who might have jumped on your live video. You've already lost them, okay? Your title should be short. It should be curiosity driven, okay? And here's the magic sauce, right? You must address a problem. You must address a problem. Okay? If you're talking all about you, or you're just very, one or two words, like that's not enough. That's not enough. So here's a quick homework assignment for you guys to do after tonight's training. I literally want you to take a piece of paper, all right? Okay? I want you to take a piece of paper, and I want you to draw a line down the middle from top to bottom. Draw a line down the middle, right? Okay, you might even make the framework of this paper now. Tear out a sheet of paper, a line down the middle, top to bottom. On the top left, I want you to write the word problems. And on the top right, you're going to put the word benefits. Okay, where do you think I'm going with this? I'm going to help you create a never-ending list of content via video. You see, the problems that people are facing today out in the world that we know your products could help, right? Okay, we need to grab their attention with our titles, okay? And it must be addressed via the problem, right? So you're going to put a laundry list of all the problems people are facing out there who do not yet know about your products. Okay, type in the chat box real quick. Let's just brainstorm real quick. What are the top one or two things that come to mind that people out there who are not customers of yours yet, things that they're dealing with every single day that they wish they had a solution for, right? Tired, embarrassed to be in the bathing suit, overweight, weight issues, tired, right? No energy, joint pain, yes. See, you guys, aging, kid problems, yes. Can't fit into clothes, like these are great. Low immune system, can't sleep, there's another good one. Stress, anxiety, depression, headaches, allergies. Yeah, these are phenomenal. You guys see, you guys are creating your whole list. You're gonna have a whole stinking list of problems, okay? The goal for a Facebook Live that you wanna generate leads around a specific product of yours is to pick one of those problems. Now create a short, curiosity-driven title that addresses that one problem. Biggest mistake I see network marketers make, especially when they're doing live videos, is they list 2, 3, 4, 5 different problems. Big mistake. Big mistake. Now it's like throwing mud on a wall hoping it sticks. Well, I hope some of my viewers are dealing with some of these things. I failed to mention I was a psychology major, and so I really understand the brain and marketing and how people respond, how they don't respond. When we throw 5 things into a title, right, we're just throwing on it. Say, I hope somebody's dealing with something like this. When I come up with a title that's addressing one problem, guess who I know who to expect to show up to that live video? If you're doing a live video about stress, 3 simple ways to alleviate stress, right? For those moms with kids, right? I just gave you a title right there, right? 3 simple ways to alleviate stress for moms with kids. I'm just making this up off the cusp, but do you see now, curiosity driven, I address a problem. Who can I now expect to show up on my live video? Do you think single males are going to show up to this video? No. You see, it's very targeted. So the person who jumps on your live video, guess what you can now do? You can now speak directly to that mom with kids. I don't care if your live viewer count is down. It doesn't matter to me if your overall views are less than what they normally are. You're speaking to a targeted individual who is dealing with a problem who you know could benefit from your products. Some of you guys have a light bulb moment yet? I told you I was going to drill this down, right? There's a lot more science and psychology that goes into creating sales and marketing and generating leads than just doing a live video hoping somebody messages me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so your title. Okay, next step is your question. Your question should just be a repurposed version of your title. Okay, so what was the one we just came up with? I can't remember, right? Okay, 3 simple ways to alleviate stress for moms with kids, something like that, right? Okay, so your question could be something like, if you're a mom and you're watching this broadcast, would learning 3 simple tips to alleviate stress be helpful? You see, I'm just taking my title and I'm respinning it into a question. Here's the key words that you guys can use. You can all use this. Would learning. Very indirect. It comes from a place of authority, of credibility, like you have a little bit of knowledge, or heck, you might have just read an article right before you jumped on and you learned something. Great, now go share it, right? Okay, very simple. Wood learning, respin the title into a question. You guys may or may not have heard this either, but the first 15 seconds of your live videos are crucial. Why? Because there's nobody on live yet, right? So who are you actually talking to? Replay viewer. You have to, so the question, you can also call this the hook. In marketing, it's the hook, right? You got to hook them the first 10 or 15 seconds in your video. If we sit there, you know, hey everybody, what's happening? Hope you guys are doing awesome, you know. Yeah, this is my 45th live of the week and I'm excited, and you've already lost me. You've already lost me. Like you have 10 to 15 seconds. I'm scrolling the newsfeed. I'm a mom with kids scrolling the newsfeed on a late Sunday evening. You have 10 seconds to grab my attention or I'm not watching your video. Okay? Very, very powerful. Okay? Next step is your content. Step number 3. So you got title, question. Step number 3 is your content. Okay? And this is where it's going to get, it's going to be really, really fun. You guys ready for this? Okay? So your content, I suggest, this is just my own opinion, no more than 3 bullet points. Okay, you have tip number 1, tip number 2, and this is the magic sauce that I don't teach anywhere else. You know, hopefully have a light bulb moment here tonight. Tip number 3 is actually not a tip. Tip number 3 is always, write this down, a bridge to your call to action. It's a bridge to what you want your viewer to actually do. You guys probably heard me say this before, is if we don't instruct our viewer to do something, what will they do? Nothing. Okay? I'm going to come back to this in my example. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to give you an example of what a bridge looks like and how do we put this video together and whatever. I'm going to give you an example, okay, in a moment. And then we'll jump into some questions and stuff regarding this stuff, regarding other stuff you might have. But this is very powerful, okay? So you've got the 3rd step is content, and then now your 4th step, of course, is your call to action, okay? Listen, if you don't have a call to action, you shouldn't be doing the live video. You're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing your viewer, your potential viewer, a disservice. We already know if we don't tell them what to do nicely, kindly, in a genuine fashion, what are they going to do? Nothing. This defeats the purpose of you even doing a stinking video. Okay? I always teach our clients, start your video with this one specifically. Start your product-driven, intentional video with the end in mind. Start with the end in mind. Here's how I'm going to give you my secret. Here's how I map out all the notes to my videos. And for those wondering, yes, I still use notes every single live video I do. You don't believe me? Check this out. What do you see right there hanging from my ring light? Notes. Every single video I do, I have notes still. I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart, right? Use notes, okay? So you've got title, question, content. 4th is call to action. You guys ready for an example? Say me. Where are you? Mandy says, what are examples of call to actions? We'll get to those in just a sec, Mandy. Ask me again here in just a few moments. Love to help answer that, okay? So here's just a simple, you guys, you know, weight loss is a big part of the products you guys use and healthy and all that cool stuff, right? So here's just a simple weight loss example, okay? Here's a simple title. Now, I'm going to just throw this out there, quick disclaimer. I encourage you not to copy what I'm going to share with you. Like, feel free to kind of put your own spin on it. Like, those don't take my exact examples, but something similar, sure. Okay, it'd be kind of funny if all of a sudden this whole entire team, there's like 40 of you on here right now, all doing the same video, the same title, the same content. That would be kind of funny, right? Okay, but this is going to give you an example, an idea of how to start thinking. Okay, so your title, example. Okay, a title. Here's how. Sorry, title. I was looking at another example. Here's how my friend lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks. That's my title. Here's how my friend lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks. Or maybe you've got your own personal testimonial or story. Here's how I lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks, right? Feel free to kind of, fill in the blank. Maybe your friend lost 7 pounds in 3 weeks, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, use the framework, okay? who is this video going to attract? Is this going to attract the person who's super buff, super fit, goes to the gym 8 times a week? Is it going to attract that person? Of course not. Have you guys ever been taught at any point in your network marketing career to qualify your prospects? Have you guys been taught that? Qualify your prospects. Ask them questions. Qualify your prospects. Qualify, qualify, qualify. Right? Okay. We've all been taught that at some point or another in our journey. What I just taught you in terms of being very strategic with your titles, guess what you just did? You just qualified your viewer. So now for your video, for that specific video, okay, you can speak directly to that guy, that gal, that person who wants to lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks, whatever it is. Very powerful. Okay? Okay, so your title, here's how my friend lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks. Well, what do you think your question would be? Right? Hey, would learning how my friend lost 10 pounds in the last 2 weeks be helpful? Awesome. Be sure to stick around in just a minute. I'm going to share with you these 3 simple steps. There's your question. Now you hooked them. Now, typically, here's a little a ninja tip for you guys. If you do this in the first 15 to 20 seconds, okay, if you've seen any of my videos, for example, you see this model done to a T. You've done, I think, over 2,000 Facebook Lives now. You'll see this common theme. First 15, 20 seconds, this is what I do. This is what our clients do. This is what they do. And then now what have you done? You've targeted that individual who should be there watching the video, that qualified individual who wants to learn more about that specific thing. Now you can kind of pass some time, can't you? You can take a minute or two, interact with your live viewers. You can, ask them to share if they know anybody else. Like you can kind of, for the next minute or two, because you've hooked the person you want to see that video. They're not going anywhere now. Make sense? But if you start with a bunch of mumbo jumbo and you just rambling on, you're going to lose them. Hook them. Hook them in the beginning, okay? That was a title question. Now content, okay? I'm going to give you 3 examples, okay? Let's say tip number 1, drink more water. You see, this doesn't need to be rocket science. Drink more water, right? I'm going to make all this up, My friend, was drinking an average of 8 ounces of water per day, and all he or she did was double that. He or she is now drinking 16 ounces of water per day for the last 14 days, and it's assisted in helping them lose 10 pounds. I mean, that's not rocket science, okay? Tip number 2. Tip number 2 on how my friend lost 10 pounds in the last 2 weeks is they doubled their amount of exercise. They used to walk on the treadmill in their garage 2 times a week for 20 minutes. Now they do it 4 times a week for 20 minutes. By doing this simple step, right, it has assisted them in losing these 10 pounds in the last 2 weeks. You guys following me so far? Is this like beyond simple? You guys are probably like, oh my gosh, I've been way overthinking this, Coach Fryer. This is totally simple. I've been thinking about all these ingredients I needed to dissect and teach them about, and you're over here talking about drinking water and exercising. That's pretty simple. I can do that, right? Okay. Now, who's ready for the bridge? The bridge. This is the magic. This is the magic, okay? Again, this video is done with the intent to generate a lead. Get them in conversation. Get them on the phone. Get them in a text. Whatever you feel, get them on video chat. Whatever you like to do. I'm just helping you start that conversation. Now you can take them off the video, right? Okay. Tip number 3. My tip number 3 for this example is to incorporate proper nutrition or supplementation. Okay. Then you can go a million different ways on this. Again, don't say the product name. You don't need to say your company, okay? But you can just rattle some stuff off. This is very, very simple, okay? By my friend incorporating proper nutrition, he was able to, this was able to assist him in losing these 10 extra pounds in the last 2 weeks. He's done this, this, and this, and this. It's helped him with this, this, and this. It's been super helpful. Most doctors today recommend taking some sort of supplement. My friend got word of this. He tried a few new things, results. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can totally keep this generic. My friend incorporated proper nutrition. Very simple. You see, this is the bridge. This isn't saying my friend bought my products. My friend was using my, XYZ product. No, you don't have to say that. just incorporate proper supplementation, incorporate proper nutrition. Then you transition now to your call to action, right? Okay. Hey, if today's video was helpful, if today's information was valuable, okay, maybe you have some questions. Feel free to message me right now to learn more about what my friend used. It can be very, very simple. Make sense? How many light bulb moments? Over in the comments, light bulbs. You see, very strategic. Drink more water, double their exercise, incorporated proper nutrition. Heck, what you could probably do for the proper nutrition is go Google a recent study. It's been said that Dr. Oz recently said that those who, do this, this, and this daily, be more healthy, more likely to lose weight, whatever. Very simple. Okay? Let's jump to a few questions real quick. I want to address the one someone asked about call to actions, right? Call to actions. Was this simple? Was this simple? Do you guys think that you could now come up with probably at least a dozen right off the top of your head based on the incredible products you have and incorporating this Facebook Live strategy now? Let's say, again, 3 lives per week. One of your 3 lives should be this. Here's another ninja tip. Okay? If you're doing 3 lives per week, you need to look back to the last few weeks, last month or two. Which of those 3 nights that you're doing Facebook Lives do you get the most traction? The most live viewers, the most views? Do your product intentional driven live videos on the video day or night that is most viewed. There's a science to this, right? My favorite, or I should say, time that we get the most traction with videos is Sunday nights. Sunday nights, like, guess what? I got a few more trainings after this one. After that, I'm going to go live. Sunday nights, we get the most traction. You guys need to figure out what that is, and then I would start scheduling this product-driven live. You can even do the same scenario with a business-driven live if you want, right? Okay? But do those ones on the nights you have the most traction, okay? Mandy says, yes, more call to action examples, okay? So let me start with, for those of you who are maybe just getting started with live videos, you haven't done one before or you're just getting started with them, you're like, I need some call to actions on my videos, okay? Keep them simple, okay? The magic words in a call to action is feel free. Those are the magic words, feel free, right? Why? Because it's indirect. It's indirect. It's saying, hey, I'd like you to do this in a kind, genuine fashion, right? Okay, it's not like, hey, drop me a comment down below if this was helpful. No, you'd be like, to heck with you, man. It was helpful, but with that attitude, I ain't leaving you a comment now, right? Okay, so feel free. Okay, so feel free are the magic words. But if you're looking for other ways, maybe on your other live videos of what they can do, hey, if you got some value from today's video, feel free. I'd love to hear your biggest takeaway. Drop me a comment down below. Hey, if there's any other questions you may have regarding what I shared here tonight, feel free. Shoot me a private message. Love to see how I can best help. You see, it's just programmed. Just start using some of these generic ones. You can totally just start having fun, right? If you're doing a video that's, targeted towards a specific niche, a specific type of person or whatever, have some fun. Hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being not helpful, 10 being super helpful. Love your feedback in the comments. Very, very simple. All you're trying to do is get them to take an action. That's all. That's all. Okay? Maybe they'll like it. If you've earned a little bit more trust, maybe they'll comment. And you know that you've definitely earned their trust when they start sharing your videos. Some of you are kind of like, man, I sure wished I could get some more shares, Coach Fryer. It'd be really cool. Well, that just tells me you haven't earned enough trust with those individuals yet. Okay? Got to do a better job. Allie, great question. Let's do a few questions. What do you guys say? Sound good? Yeah. Okay. Company promotions. How do you create urgency with that? Okay, let's do that one. And I think this relates to Allie's question as well. What about company promotions? Now, this is just my take. I'll just give you guys my transparent take. It may or may not work for you. You may or may not agree with it. Totally cool. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. But here's my thoughts. I'm not a big fan of publicly promoting sales and promotions for that matter. Okay. Why? Because we saw this back when we were building, and I still see it today. When we promote sales and product promotions, all that stuff publicly, what we're actually doing, we may not realize, is we're lessening the perceived value of what it is we actually have. So typically, if I go post publicly about a flash sale or a 1-week sale or a 2-day sale or whatever, I might generate some new customers. Sure, that might happen, and that's great. But here's what typically happens. Those people you brought in that way typically won't order again unless it's on sale. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not trying to build a culture of customers, for example, who only buy stuff when it's discounted. Does that make sense? I would rather create a solid customer base who orders XYZ products or bundle every single month, no matter what, and then tax on an additional item or two when there are sales. One more quick thing I'll give you on this. Stephanie says, holy crap, light bulb moment. All right, okay. Is that helpful? Okay. Here's what, again, just my opinion, where your company, because here's the thing, again, right, it's every month. There's going to be another sale. You know it, and I know it. You know it, and I know it. Instead of the turn and burn, I'm just going to get a few more customers with this sale, yes. And then next month, you're sitting there chomping at the bit at corporate. Oh gosh, I sure hope they come up with a good incentive this month. I need to get some more customers. You start conditioning not only your customers, you're now conditioning your business builders to wait until there's a sale to go publicly blast everything, and hopefully they get a few. This next level stuff, by the way, this is helpful. Okay, here's my suggestion, my opinion. Sales, company sales and promotions, you should be targeting your existing customers with those. And smart companies, which you guys are a part of, an incredible company, by the way. I got a chance to meet you guys' corporate staff a few weeks back, like phenomenal, by the way, okay? You guys, can I just say this real quick? Can I just say just something real quick, like small? Phenomenal. It's been around 10 plus years. And there's only probably about 3 companies that I honestly feel are like primed in position to do some ridiculous things. Can I share this with you? Can I be honest with you? Okay, your company, I'm not going to say it just for the sake of the recording, but your company is one of those 3. And some of you, whether you've been in a while or not, with what you guys have, the arsenal of products, the whole social retail concept, the leveraging technology, like you guys, I'm getting the goosebumps just sitting here talking about this because this is exciting. Like you guys think like maybe you already had some momentum or what, you guys ain't seen nothing. Like if I'm you and if I'm in your shoes, whether you signed up today or you signed up last year or 2 years ago or last week or whatever, I would sit down and have a talk with my family and say, listen, I love you guys. I adore you. I appreciate you. You all know this, that I'm building this business because of you guys, for your future, for the mom, dad, okay, whoever's relaying the message to them needs to focus for a season. I'm going hard the next 90 days, 180 days, whatever it is. I'm going hard. I might not be able to make all your functions. I might not be able to tuck you in every single night. But just know that everything I'm doing is for you and for our future as a family. Again, this is just a season. And then set a goal with you, your spouse, your kids, of what you're going to do at the end of those 90 days, at the end of those 180 days, whatever it is. There's another little bonus leadership tip. Cool? It's the business. Too many people are just dragging this thing along. They're just hanging out. I really want this. 2 years later, we're in the same spot. No. Draw a line in the dang sand. Let's get this thing done. Right? The time's going to pass anyways. Might as well get serious. Coach Fryer preaching. Preaching. All right, back to the questions. Questions. Right place, right time. Yes. I'm scrolling back up. If you guys have questions, if I missed them, just copy and paste them and post them again in the chat box. Yes, absolutely. Here's another tip while you guys are posting your questions. With these live videos, the product example that I gave you, I would recommend, just my recommendation, that you keep your live videos that you're gonna work to create leads, right? I would encourage you not to do them business related. Okay, the more experience you have, the bigger team you grow, you might start experiencing with that. Why? Because here's my simple thoughts: is your friends, your followers, your people who do not yet know you on Facebook, would you agree with me? They already have a preconceived notion or thought about what network marketing is. Would you agree? They already have a thought, right? If you do a video on, why network marketing is better, right? Okay, whatever, right? They ain't gonna watch your video because they already have a preconceived notion or thought as to what they think network marketing is. Would you agree? You just shot yourself in the foot of not even having a conversation with someone because you used the words network marketing. So again, I'm not a big fan of talking network marketing publicly because I'm already now disqualifying probably 80% of my audience because they think they know what it is I now do. And we all know that they have no freaking clue, right? You're just giving them a reason not to reach out to you. I would much rather you create curiosity around what you do, not mention network marketing, not mention the names of your products, the names of your company. Create curiosity and interest. Allow yourself to master a skill set in having a conversation with someone to see if they're open to learning more. Pretty powerful. All right, back to the questions. Let's see. Oh, yes. Yes, someone asked about challenges different than company promotions like water challenge or similar. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of, a walking challenge, exercise challenge, water challenge. Like, I'm big fans. I'm a big fan. Okay. It has to be those challenges. I'll just give you a little insight. They have to be short. They have to be sweet. They can't be, this is my opinion, they can't be 14, 21, 30, 60-day challenges. They got to be short, sweet. I'm talking 3 to 7 days. Okay. People lose focus. They lose interest. You'll lose them. And if the ultimate goal of doing, say, a water challenge is to introduce them to your products, right? Isn't that, I'm assuming that's the goal, right? The longer you draw it out, the more people you're losing to actually share with at the end. All right. Definitely encourage, incentives, giveaways, prizes to keep them plugged in throughout the challenge. I think that would be cool. I wouldn't do, I don't know how often you guys are doing them. I would assume I wouldn't do more than one per month, one every 2 months, something like that, because then it'll get kind of old news. But here's the cool thing about, like, let's just say a water challenge, for example. If you are focused on growing your public audience, your friends, your followers, eyeballs who see you, right? You should have great success doing a challenge once per month, because during those 30 days in between, you're focused on growing your public audience, drawing new eyeballs to you. You know what I'm saying? So the next batch, next month, should see a new group of folks. So yes, love them. Becky, how can I motivate a team member that has gone stale? This is a phenomenal question. And you guys might not like my answer. Is it okay if I'm transparent with you guys? Would you guys appreciate some transparency? Move on. Move on, right? Okay. We get asked this question so much, and it's something that so many struggle with, and it's something that I wish that we can continue to preach from the mountaintops. That effort, that energy that we're putting into the people who are not showing up for the trainings. They're saying they're in, but they never do anything. Like, listen, you guys are not in the convincing business. Okay? You're not in the convincing business. Because guess what? If you have to convince someone to join your business, guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to convince them to make an order every month. You're going to have to convince them to show up to this training with Coach Fryer. You're going to have to convince them to go to your next corporate event. You're going to have to convince them to share the products and try to grow their business. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a lot of stinking work. And that ain't the business that you guys signed up for. Okay? One more quick tip on that, Becky, is a mentor always used to teach me. He says that, the solution to almost every problem you think you have right now, motivating a team member might be an example in this case, right? The solution every single time, go start a new leg of business. Every single time. Well, Coach Fryer, I'm stuck and my business is falling flat. Good. Go start a new leg of business. Go enroll a new person. Coach Fryer, I enrolled 5 and they all fell off. What do I do now? You go enroll another person. You go generate a new leg of business. Coach Fryer, I built this multiple 6-figure business and now everything's kind of flatlined. Good. Go build a new leg of business. It's always going to be the answer. Okay? Mandy, do you have a favorite way to recruit people? I know I did. I was never a fan of prospecting, like messaging people, asking them if they're open to a business or a thing. It totally works. Am I saying that it doesn't work? Absolutely not. It works. It works like a charm. I was the type that wanted to leverage marketing, create content, and educate my audience, thus allowing them to see me as a resource, as someone who could help them. I get them into conversation, I get them on the phone, and then seal the deal. That's how I worked. So curiosity post, videos like the one I just shared with you guys here tonight, generic product-driven live videos to generate leads who are interested. Here's what I know for sure. Here's what I know is true, is that if you will commit to doing the strategy that I shared with you tonight, I would venture to say in the next 3 to 6 months, you will have it mastered. Well, Coach Fryer, that's not overnight. Well, of course it's not overnight. This thing takes freaking work, okay? Right? Okay? I guarantee you, if you'll commit to the next 3 to 6 months, implementing this little simple formula into your Facebook Live strategy, your content strategy, you'll start generating anywhere from 2 to 5 conversations every single video you do. I'm just saying, 5 new leads every single week from doing a video because you're getting good at marketing. How many of you would appreciate that? I mean, we're talking at minimum 20 new leads a month. I guarantee you can close at least 5 of them. How many of you would be okay with 5 new customers every single month? And we're talking that's minimum. Pretty powerful. Questions. Do you recommend redoing Facebook Lives that we have done 1 to 2 years ago? The answer to that, Diana, is absolutely yes. One of our content strategies, I repurpose every 3 months. I might spin the title a different way. Majority of the time, the content's the same. For those of you who've been following me for a while, you're kind of like, yeah, Coach Fryer, wow, yeah, that's true. Okay. Kagan says, can you give examples of how to reach out to prospects or potentials? So here's since I'm a big fan of marketing and leveraging attraction marketing and them commenting and them messaging me, that doesn't mean that I never reach out and talk to people. But here's what I'll share our strategy was. I was never personally a fan of reaching out to someone, especially on the first, second, or third message and talking about my products or business. I was more apt to reach out and just connect, develop a relationship. I'm talking 2 to 3 minutes tops, okay? Because here's something that each and every one of you can do literally starting like right now, today, okay? That most of you are probably not doing, and that's talking to enough people. I challenge each and every one of you to reach out for the next 7 days. Reach out to 10 new people you've never talked to via Facebook Messenger. Okay? Here's the parameters. 2 to 3 minute conversation max. You're going to be in a hurry. Your first message, well, what do I say, Coach Fryer? You use the name, compliment, question formula. Right? You say something like, hey, Kagan, Brian here. Hey, I know you don't know me. Just saw your post from a friend's newsfeed in whatever. Looks like you guys are traveling. Super cool. Awesome. Looks like you have a really cool presence on Facebook. How's your week going, right? Simple. Name, compliment, or thank you. Question. Simple. Just looking to start a conversation. That's how I would do it. Think of it like this. 10 new conversations a day that you start. We all know that Facebook likes, the algorithm likes you talking in Messenger, right? Those people in Messenger see more of your posts. We all know that, I think. Okay? 10 new people a day. That's 70 people a week. That's 140 people every 2 weeks. That's 280 new people you could expose yourself to in the next 30 days. Think about it like that. 280 people in the next 30 days. A big percentage of those 280 are now seeing more of your posts in the newsfeed. You mix in a curiosity post, a Facebook Live, like I shared with you earlier, you're generating leads. Oh my gosh, are you seeing how this whole thing works? Can be powerful. All right, let's see. I'm scrolling, looking at questions. Galaxy S9. It doesn't say the name. It says Galaxy S9. What gets you on the tough days to do the things? This might sound cliche, but it's very, very simple. It's all about your vision and what you've envisioned for you, your family, your dream board, that whole thing. I'll tell you what we used to do. We used to put, if you're struggling to find motivation, you need to reevaluate your why you're getting up every single day working this business, right? Okay. And then after you reevaluate that, I want you to write it on a sticky note in one paragraph. Okay. And then I want you to make duplicate copies. I want you to make like 5 or 6 copies. That one paragraph on 5 or 6 different sticky notes. I want you to put one on your bathroom mirror. I want you to put one on your fridge. I want you to put one on your car dash. I want you to put one at your place of work, right? Next to your computer or cubicle or whatever, right? This is what you should do. Constant reminder of why you're doing what you're doing. I believe that should be suffice. Lori says, OMG, preach it, coach. Good. All good. Dual lives. I'm a big fan of dual lives. Yes. Answer this quick question real quick, and then we'll finish up. Yeah? Sound good? Dual lives. I'm a huge fan of dual lives, but not a huge fan of dual lives with people in your company. I'm a big fan of dual lives. Let's just say this. Okay, and this is going to be another light bulb moment for so many of you, okay? Let me ask you a question. Do you know a nutritionist? Do you know a doctor? Do you know the gal who runs the yoga or Zumba class down at the local gym? Do you know, you could just think of so many different things, right? As you guys' brain starting to spin. These people aren't in your company. They're not in competition with you. Why are we not doing Facebook Lives, dual lives with those people? You see, dual Facebook Lives are about cross-pollination. I'm just going to be transparent with you. That's what it's about. It's cross-pollination, right? You're being exposed to their audience. They're being exposed to your audience. Together, you guys are providing value for both of your audiences. That's how it works. Okay? This is about exposure for you. How are you going to expose yourself to more new people on social media? You need to start doing dual lives with people who are not in network marketing, who are outside, who can help target a specific niche. You guys are in health and wellness, right? Maybe your best friend, is all about meal planning. She doesn't like network marketing, but she does meal planning. Interview her, right? We can think of a million different ideas. Is this helpful? You guys are blowing up the chat. Good stuff? Lots of wows in the comments. So good. Yes. Awesome. Cool. Shall we share a little surprise with MD? What do you think? Just real quick. Awesome. Guys, was this helpful on a scale of 1 to 10? 1 being not helpful, 10 being super helpful. You guys have some fun? Love your feedback. Tens. Whoa, Ali gave us a 100. That's what I'm talking about. Cheyenne gave us a 100 also. Awesome. Woo! We just got a 1,000. Lexi just gave us 1,000. That's awesome. Cool. Quick question. Second one, would more training like this be helpful? I know that, we talked a little bit about Facebook Live strategy. I want to be a little bit more personalized for you guys tonight and answer some more specific questions. Would more training like this be helpful, social media specific? I just was able to scratch the surface with the Facebook Live one. Hopefully that was helpful. I definitely know it's going to generate some customers, some leads for you guys. Awesome. Super cool. Awesome. Well, with your guys' leadership blessing, you may or may not know about one of our signature programs, Social Impactor Society. This is a program that I believe hundreds of others in your company are a part of now. So if maybe you're newer or you're still trying to figure out this whole social media thing, just want to personally invite you guys. I only open up 2 or 3 times per year. We happen to be open right now. And if this may or may not be a good fit for you guys, but maybe you guys can share the link over in the chat box below. For those watching the replay, you guys can head over to coachfryer.com/social-impactor, right? Okay, and check it out. We have 3 different options to join. We have a monthly option, yearly, and a lifetime. I see a few of you already said that you just became lifetime members. That's super awesome. Awesome. But super fired up. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of folks in there. I'd love to partner with each and every one of you and mentor you personally inside our society. I think it'd be a great fit for so many of you in really helping to understand how the ins and outs of social media work. Inside we cover mindset, we talk branding, we talk prospecting and recruiting, we talk marketing, closing and follow-up, and team duplication. Would getting better in any of those areas be helpful? What do you guys think? Probably. Awesome. Allie just typed it in there for you guys. CoachFryer.com/social and then -impactor. Okay. All good? Good to go. Any other questions before we finish up? Maybe Daff, I'll pass it back to you. I'll hang out here for a second, see if we're good. Any other questions, guys, regarding anything we talked about?
I think we just owe you a huge thank you. Thank you so much for offering this and for being on with us tonight, taking time out of your family's lives on a Sunday evening. I am getting messages all over the place from my peeps that were on. They're loving this. Everybody's like, whoa, I needed this. So I hope you guys are really go check out Social Impactor Society because you guys won't regret it. It's definitely beneficial to all of you. If you got anything from tonight, I think you just barely scratch the surface of what you can get from that. So Brian, thank you so much. I know Kagan she has been messaging me too. Like, we appreciate you so much. Kagan, if you want to unmute, you're welcome to, of course.
Sorry, I have dogs in my lap. But yeah, we appreciate you so much. When Daphne approached me with this, I was like dying. I was like, this is so exciting. I'm all in. So I really appreciate you very much.
Awesome. Quick word to all the rest of you guys on here real quick. I shared my thoughts about your company, your guys' position and where you guys are at right now. Like, if I was in your shoes, I would be blocking out my calendar for the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months and running hard with this thing. But more importantly, not just Daphne, not just Kagan, but your guys' leadership in general. You may or may not be familiar. We work with lots of your guys' folks, and you guys truly have something special here. Like this is one of those lifer opportunities. You know what I'm saying? To where, I mean, if you'll dig in, roll up your shirt sleeves, right? Get this thing done, focus for a season. I'm telling you guys, we've seen success story after success story with your guys' leadership you guys have here. I mean, this is it. This is the cream of the crop. I've coached tens of thousands, and the leadership you guys have here is incredible. So kudos to you guys. Appreciate you guys having me.
Thank you.
God bless you guys, and hopefully see you soon.
All right. Thanks, Brian.